today I'll be teaching you how to edit your renders. If you haven't watched my previous GFX video, make sure to watch that because that shows you how to create your render using Blender. So today I'll be showing you basics on how you can edit your renders. This is only one way on how to edit your renders. There are a lot of ways that you can edit, so just to let you guys know that. So today's editor that we will be using will be Photopea. It's an editor from a website. It is completely free, and as you can see, it looks a lot like Photoshop. So if you can't really get Photoshop, this is your best option. So once you open the website, you're going to open up your render. So go to File and you click Open, and you have to go where you saved your renders. So I have a folder for that where I keep all of them, and here it is. So I'm gonna double click it and it should open over here. Now what I want to do to this is I want to add a sky background and adjust a bit of the lighting of this render. So what you can do is you can go on Google and find any background that you want. So sky background. And just find a background that you'd like to use, and once you've found the background that you like, you're just going to save that. So click on the image you want. You're going to right click and you're going to click on Save as Image. And then you're going to save it wherever you wish to save it. I'm going to save it on my desktop so I can find it easily. So then I'm going to press Save. I'm going to go back to the editor and I'm going to open that image. So File, Open, Desktop, and double click on the image. And your background should appear here. Alright, so I already chose this background that I'm going to be using. So once you have your own background, you're going to click on the Move tool over here, and you're going to hold and drag the image into the tab where your render is. So over here, and drag it here. And your image should be placed right on top of the render layer. So I'm going to name the layer where my render is Render, so that I don't get confused. And right now I don't want the background to be in front of the render. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that layer where the background is, and I'm going to drag it down so that it doesn't cover the render. So once that's done, I'm going to resize it because it is quite small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Edit while I'm in that background layer, and I'm going to click on Free Transform. This will allow me to resize it. So I'm going to hold Shift so that I don't ruin the size of the actual picture. So I'm going to hold Shift and grab the corner and make it bigger so that it fits my render over here. And I'm going to do it like that. Okay, so once you like how you resized it, you're just going to click on the check mark to confirm it. Great, now that I've added a background, I don't like how my render is a little bit too dark, so I'm going to adjust that. So if I click on the layer where my render is, I can go to Image, and under Adjustments I have a bunch of tools that I can use to adjust my image. So I'm going to go to Levels just to make it a bit brighter, like this. Or or you can use brightness too if you'd like, if you're trying to make your render brighter. Next, I'm going to go to exposure, like that. And I'm going to go to vibrance because I want a bit more color. So like that. Alright, so once you've done adjusting the brightness, the contrast, and all that stuff in your render, that's if you want to do it too, so you don't always have to do this step. I want to add a bit of a sunray effect because my character over here, it looks like she's covering herself from the sunlight, so that's what I'm gonna add. So for me, I already have particle overlays and some sunray effects pictures saved onto my computer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna open them, and I have a folder where I keep them. So I'm gonna use this one and this one. So if you like these two overlays that I'm using, I'll leave a download link in the description so that you can use them as well. And I got these off of Google, so alright, so once you found your particle image or your sun rays or whatever you're trying to add, we're gonna start applying it onto our edit. So I'm gonna start with the sun ray, and again I'm gonna drag that into the tab where my render is, and it should appear over here, and I'm going to resize it. So edit and free transform, hold shift to resize it, and I'm just going to rotate it so that it's at the corner like this. I'm gonna click the check mark, and I'm gonna erase the hard edges. And so I'm gonna grab the eraser tool, and I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna increase the size, and I'm going to decrease the hardness. So I want it to be very soft when I erase, so I'm going to just increase it a little bit more, and I'm just gonna start erasing the edges that look too harsh, too sharp. I'm gonna delete them like that. And now, as you can see, we need to get rid of this black background. So in order to do so, you have to change blending mode. So while you're in that layer, you have to go here where it says normal, and to remove black backgrounds from images, you always use the screen blend mode. That's how you remove backgrounds. Perfect. So I've removed the black background, so I'm going to change the color of the sun rays because I don't like the way it's looking right now. It's like a reddish color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make them white. So I'm gonna click on black and white, and then I'm gonna press OK, and that changed the color. And I can't really tell if the sun ray is there, so I'm going to increase the brightness of that image. So I'm gonna go to brightness, and I'm just gonna increase it like this, and now I can see it more like that. And I'm just gonna erase this side of the image because it's too much, but I'm gonna increase the brush size like this and like that. So I like it like this, and I'm basically done with the sun ray. Now I'm gonna add the particles, so I can get rid of this image here, and I'm gonna grab this one, drag it onto my edit, and I'm going to resize it as well. And if you have a small image, when you resize it, the quality like starts getting really bad. So make sure that you get an image that is big enough so that the quality doesn't decrease, because you don't want bad quality in your edit. So I'm just gonna resize it like this, and I'm going to erase the hard edges from here. And again, I'm gonna go to screen. And there we go, I have some small particles. I'm gonna decrease a little bit of the rays, the fill. And as you can see, I'm basically done with this edit. You can basically do more stuff, but I chose to do it just like this, simple and basic. Like I said, there are a lot of ways that you can make edits, make GFX. You sort of just have to play around and find your style. But yeah, once you're happy and done with your edit, you can go ahead and add your watermark or signature. I'm gonna add my signature. So this one that I've always been using. And I like to add mine in the corner. And now, if you want to save this so that you can upload it somewhere or show your friends, you just simply have to go to File, Export As, and click on JPEG. And here you can change the quality, but I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna press save, and it'll ask me where to save it, and I can save it on a folder that I want, and then give it a name and press save. Or if you're tired and you want to work on this later, you can go to File and click on Save as PSD, and just give it a name and then click save, so that when you come back to this website, you can always go to File, Open, and go to where you saved that file, and it should show up like a Photoshop file. That's basically it. This video was really short because I'm just showing like the very basics on how to edit something. You can obviously add more to your edits. I could have added like butterflies or more grass, but I like it like this. So let me know other things that you want me to teach you on making GFX, and I'll try to help you and make a video on it. So yeah, I hope you learned something, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. See ya!